make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail, power. Tyrants versus leaders. Um, so I was watching a few things, and I wound up watching a court proceeding, and the mother was just doing too much, but the courts were leaning in her favor, and because of that, she was a tyrant. And then I saw some things about people who were started at the bottom and then they got a little something, and then their ego started to go crazy. They got arrogant and they started to being bullies to people. And they decided, you know what, I got to make a change. But then I've seen people who they enjoy being quote unquote a bully to people. I finally got my excuse me, my clout, my money, my whatever. And now I get to really act crazy. And you see them just going hard, talking crazy to people, doing crazy things to people. And the interesting thing about it is this. Oh, well, let me add something. And then I see people who come into power, whether it be fame, fortune, or leverage. They don't use that power in a negative way. They don't use their fame in a negative way. They don't use their fortune in a negative way. And they don't use their leverage to beat stuff over people's heads. And more times than not, I've seen those people get other people to get in a power position, whether it's with them or outside of them. Now, when I say people are tyrants, what I've seen is people, they have a team too. And I've seen that team cannibalize and get into it and fight each other, because they like the conflict and drama. Now, here's the other thing about this. Sometimes people are one good or bad experience in life when they were coming up from being either a tyrant or a leader. I was looking at a clip of Troy Polamalu talking about when he was younger. He hit a kid and he was like, F you, this, that, and the third. And then he told his brothers when they were in the car ride home, his brothers were like, Troy, we don't operate like that. And he said that changed him. Now, you have people who, when they were younger, might have felt powerless, because you're a kid. You've seen things happen. You've seen people get hurt, and you couldn't do anything about it. And you saw the people get enjoyment out of hurting the people that you care for dearly. And you said, I'm going to get in a position where I'll never be powerless again. And you might use that in a way to not be the bully. And then you might see other people, like I remember Ray Lewis telling the story. That's part of how he became who he was as far as working out and this, that, and the third, because he saw his mother get beaten. He was like, he wanted to be strong enough to defend her. So that's what turned him partially into who he is today. And I remember Rick Ross, not the rapper, but Rick Ross, the actual drug dealer, talking about when he was younger, he saw drug dealers either give drugs to his parents or whatever, and he just was looking at them like, man, really, to make a buck, you gonna give them these drugs knowing that I'm in here, messed up as the kid in this situation. And he said years later he became the drug dealer, and he saw that look on the kid's face when he was doing it. And he was like, oh man, dang, I became that dude. Sometimes the prey becomes a predator. And other times, the prey becomes a protector. So it just depends on how it goes. Now, sometimes you see it with people where, some people got power, and you can tell it's going to be a short run because it's like that was their green light to be a complete utter jerk to everybody. Like, oh, I'm untouchable, and they lose it, right? And then you see other people who like, I got power, but listen, we're gonna do these things. We're gonna build bridges with people. And in my opinion, a lot of times people who are powerful and tyrants don't want successors. They want a dictatorship. And people who are leaders are really grooming successors. Like, get bigger, go for it, do it. This is the floor. Build upon this. And I realized that a lot of times you can tell who's the tyrant and who's the leader in just that small assessment. So tell me what you think, man. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.